Hello and welcome to Newsday with Jeff Ahern. I'm your host, Jeff Ahern. Today's top story. Rand Paul laid out nearly $500 billion in wasteful government spending as part of his annual report. Here are just a few of your tax dollars wasted. $675,000 to compare ant and human brain development. And as weird as that sounds, that one actually makes sense because an ant's brain is the same size as a liberal's. Taxpayers also funded a study of the romantic patterns of parrots. Turns out parrots are most romantically inclined after listening to Barry White. I just made that up, but my study was free as opposed to the $689,000 spent by our government. They also spent over $500,000 using mice to study racial aggression. How they get them to hate each other so fast? Make them watch CNN for a couple hours? Apparently, their brainwashing was so successful, Joe Biden wants to give them citizenship so they can vote in the next presidential election. $168 million was spent to help illegal immigrants fight deportation because ignoring our border laws isn't enough. You must also use taxpayer dollars to overrule them. They spent $2.3 million to inject beagles with cocaine. How long's that been going on? Because the way Snoopy dances, I always knew he was on something. The Department of Defense spent $28 million on forest-patterned camouflage outfits for U.S. soldiers in the Afghan desert. Kill zone commandos, if you will, because that's what every place in the Afghan desert becomes when you wear a pair. We'd be better off fighting in business casual attire. At least the khaki pants would blend in with the desert sand. In the end, doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure Joe left all those uniforms behind in Afghanistan with the rest of our military equipment. There was even a study to see if kids love their pets. What was a follow-up study? To see if they also enjoy ice cream? Turns out kids love their pets almost as much as the federal government loves wasting our taxpayer dollars. There was $1.1 million for training mice to binge drink alcohol, or they even rented them a pledge house. We paid for a steroid hamster fight club where steroided hamsters would fight to see whether current drugs for aggressive youth suppress steroid-induced aggression, or more commonly known as rodent rage. The Federal Highway Administration spent $200,000 to make radio ads to try and reduce the number of vehicle-train collisions. Look, if the guardrails, siren, and flashing lights won't stop them, what chance does a 15-second radio spot have? To people running railroad crossings, all that noise is like a prize whistle. That prize being a Darwin Award. They funded 2 studies to get Ethiopians to wear shoes. They don't wear shoes because they can't afford shoes. Got any other suggestions for them, like trying to stay more hydrated? Then there was the $118,000 study by the National Science Foundation used on whether Marvel's Thanos could actually snap his fingers while wearing the Infinity Gauntlet. Great, so now they're turning stoner arguments into studies. The study said there isn't enough friction between one's fingers while wearing a metal glove. Yeah, there's a lot of things that happen in comic books that don't really translate to reality. Like, say, the existence of Thanos, or for that matter, an Infinity Gauntlet. You know what else should belong in the realm of science fiction? Spending our tax dollars to study it.